Go ahead.
Okay, our mission. Helping Parents Heal is a nonprofit organization dedicated to assisting bereaved parents. Through support and resources offered, we aspire to help individuals become shining light parents, meaning a shift from a state of emotional heaviness to one of hopefulness and greater peace of mind. Helping Parents Heal goes a step beyond other groups by allowing the open discussion of spiritual experiences and afterlife evidence in a non-dogmatic way. Helping Parents Heal affiliate groups welcome everyone, regardless of religious or non-religious background, and encourage open dialogue. Attendance at all meetings is voluntary. All discussions that take place at affiliate-led meetings are confidential. We hope that participants will learn from and share with each other. Zoom meetings run by HPH leadership are not confidential. These meetings typically feature guest presenters and are posted on YouTube so that affiliate members worldwide can watch and benefit. Neither type of Helping Parents Heal meeting is designed to replace traditional therapy or spiritual counseling. Helping Parents Heal offers a wide variety of speakers, allowing parents to learn about many possible ways to heal. This includes presenters covering progressive topics such as afterlife evidence and connecting with our children who have passed. The views expressed by our guest speakers may or may not reflect the opinions of Helping Parents Heal leaders and members, so we ask that you take from their presentations whatever may benefit you personally. Welcome, everyone, and welcome, Elaine. Thank you for being here.
Yes, welcome, Elaine. We're thrilled that you're here, and you have a very short bio that I'd like to have people hear before you get started. Alaine Portner is a gifted evidential medium, compassionate spiritual teacher, experienced meditation coach, and accomplished author. Through her exceptional skills as a medium, she makes a difference in lives of people across the globe through communication with the departed. Transformative spiritual experiences are her intention, which empower all of us to develop our own intuition and connection to our loved ones. She has a website, so I will direct you to that through the chat box, which is www.alaineportner.com. And without further ado, please join me in welcoming Alaine Portner. Welcome, Elaine.
Thank you. I love that everybody's signing in. Hello from here, hello from there. It's absolutely wonderful to state your presence wherever you happen to be in this beautiful world of ours. So it is a pleasure to be here again. Both Elizabeth and Irene have been very generous with their offering of connecting to all of your followers, and it's a joy to be here. So I have always offered meditation as part of my process to anybody who is and will be receiving messages from their loved ones through me. And I do that for some very strong reasons. I sincerely believe that my connections we're always psychic. I'll give you a little bit of a background in my experience to encourage you to meditate with me tonight, because sometimes I have to beg people to meditate. So I don't know who meditates or who doesn't, but you have to try it on tonight, okay? And just enjoy it, just absorb it. But there's a lot of mediums who have experienced that process through many different avenues. And I just want to share with you that the clarity of conversation and dialogue and messaging clearly came from meditation and creating a higher vibrancy or a higher frequency. I think these words are pretty familiar to you. So in doing all the work that you have done and meeting all of the mediums and healers and all of those people that present themselves to you, and you are that also. I am sincerely here to remind you that a lot of my work is empowering all of you. You've been propelled perhaps into this world of connection, either because of fate, faith, or circumstance, and I'm right there with you. So if there are uh, a usage of my abilities to support you in the process. What's different about my medium work is that I can explain a lot of how and why things happen, which is different, while at the same time allowing that to happen. So I say that because some of you might get homework, which means that they're asking you, the spirits on the other side, your loved ones, might be asking you to do something either for them or for yourself. It's probably for yourself because they want the best for you, and they'll explain to you how you can get there. But I always find that interesting because it isn't so much about the homework, it's what you find within the homework. But what also happens is that if you do it and then you see your sign or you have some type of download sensation of connection, then you'll have greater faith. And that's what this is about, perhaps. So let's see. I think we'll also provide a time for questions, right, Elizabeth, maybe in the end? Would that be okay?
That sounds great. That's wonderful.
Okay, great. So perhaps we can begin. So I ask you, this will probably be 5 to 10 minutes of meditation. And I just want to give you a little prep before that. The reason why meditation is so encouraged in the connections to your loved ones is because you're creating a stillness within yourself. There is the concept or perspective or belief system that all of your answers are self-contained. So when you don't know what to do in life, or you want to get a little happier, or you want to get a little less sad, or you want to create ambition or purpose in your life, the quieter we become on the inside, then we have the ability to gain guidance, intuitiveness, to know which direction we should be. And there's something more with that this beautiful organization of helping parents heal often speaks about the light, going to the light, seeing the light, feeling the light, shining light. This meditation is full of light, okay? So that's why we're doing it. But what is the light? You know, just to give you an example of what is it that we're looking for. And again, it's one of those answers inside, because you may not be able to have that feeling or that vision or that sensation unless you create darkness, draw yourself intuitively, and see, feel, sense, know, hear your light, so that it's the only thing that's there, not the chaos of the mind, not distractions of your day. And so it brings you into this natural balance. And I'm not sure how we all get there, and how we all get there is a different way. Sometimes it's with guided meditation, sometimes it's music, sometimes it's finally sitting on a lounge chair in the sun. I'm not sure, taking a walk through the forest or climbing a mountain. So we can all find that synchronicity, and the synchronicity is your light, your inner light with nature. So let's see if we can turn on the light tonight, okay? So I ask that you find yourselves really comfortable, wherever that may be, sitting or even reclining. I'll wake you up, so don't worry, and don't fall asleep because it's too good, so you can't do that. Okay, so we really just want to surrender, right, to the external environment that maybe even in your home. So create some ambiance, even if that's shutting a light or two down. As we begin, and we begin to relax the body, you can sit cross-legged, you can lie down. Sitting up tall is a different kind of posture to say I'm present. So if you are sitting, you want to be head aligned with your lower spine. The shoulders relax, the chest lifts, the heart opens wide, the face becomes soft, and the eyes close lightly. Together we will inhale and exhale, letting out a big sigh through your mouth. So let's practice that. You're muted, I believe. So breathe and exhale easily or audibly, whatever you need to do to release. Perhaps 3 deep inhales and exhales here now. It is a time to relax your body and release thoughts from your mind. The breath can be used as a tool to open up your interior doors. It may be your heart, it may be your digestive system, it might be your brain, it might be your physical body. Feel the openings. And as you return to a normal breathing pattern, an easy cadence that you're comfortable with, you'll know that when you bring your mind to your breath, there's little else to think about. So always use this as a tool to open up the door. You're now paying attention to the gentle expansion when you're inhaling and relaxing, and when you exhale. Perhaps you can breathe now with a count of 5 on the inhale and an enjoyable count of 10 on the exhale. Inhaling 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhaling 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Please do the same and have a mild awareness of your count. So we are stretching the breath and bringing the mind to the cadence. Final breath here with the inhale of 5 and the exhale of 10. Take your time, allow your body to enjoy this. And as you stay with your breath, focus on the sensation that it produces in your belly. In the center of this sensation of belly, identify a feeling of warmth. As you connect to this sensation of warmth, imagine that it is glowing faintly, a light glowing, peeking in to your brilliance, the ability to ignite light inside of your belly, the center of you. With each inhale, visualize the warmth growing in intensity. And with each exhale, visualize the glow becoming brighter and larger. Inhaling and exhaling. You're taking yourself on a joyous voyage of breath, prana, life force that lives inside of you. So capable of connecting to life force. Allow the next breaths to come and go. Notice if you can spread the warmth through your entire torso, your legs, your shoulders, your arms, and your head. You may begin to feel the breath, the warmth through the skin of your chest, your back, your arms, your hands, and your feet. And perhaps from head to toe, you can feel your entire body warm and glowing inside and out, inhaling and exhaling. Imagine now that you are alone in a dark room and that the warm glow of your body casts a gentle light all around, you being a beacon of light. What incredible moments of deep peace that you are leading. As you return to your breath and your awareness of it, and the rhythmic count of 5 on the inhale and 10 on the exhale, let's begin. And as you rest in these final moments, notice if you can bring energy towards you, receiving energy coming towards you. As you ask for imagery, ask for connection. Sit back, wait, and see if you hear, feel, sense, know, see a sign, something that is a response to you. Take a moment. And in this final moment, it is a perfect place to send a healing prayer to someone that you know, or take it for yourself. Final moments here. So beautiful, with great gratitude for taking these moments to gently embrace ourselves. I mean, if it could possibly feel like you giving yourself a hug, creating that warmth and that amazing awareness of your own brilliance. So as we come out of this, just lightly wiggle your fingers and toes, and you'll open up your eyes when you like. And if nothing else, I also know that for some, meditation is challenging for some. So there is nothing to put ahead of yourself. There isn't any particular success or anything, because if you think about the last few minutes that we just spent in meditation, how you might have spent them otherwise, it's all really beautiful because you just dedicated these still moments to getting to know yourself better. You're like, are you kidding? I'm 65 years old. I know myself well enough and I don't need to do anything, right? But no, you probably had an experience just now that was different, that you wouldn't have had otherwise. So I'm very, very grateful that you participated in a meditation with me. So just as a quick question to the group, because we all have the capability of learning from each other, and I probably won't share my story with you tonight unless you need me to, but it is in my book and we can talk about that later. And if you need me to share my story, I will, but let me hear about your story. So I'm just going to ask the group a question. What just happened? Did anybody have any profound experience, something that was out of the ordinary that came to them? That's the question. Or something that you didn't understand. Oh, that's cute. I got a hug. I love that. Good. I love it. Did anybody see any particular colors that were, that's really sweet. I guess people just answer through the chat room. But did anybody see any colors? And maybe a new color that they haven't seen before? Oh, I love this. Ah, so these kind of responses, is that new? So put new next to it. But I'm so happy. Yay! I think that there's a popular app now called Insight Timer. And what I love about Insight Timer, let's just say comparative to Peloton, and I like them all, is that it tells you how many people are meditating around the world and how many more people are meditating. So this is not a commercial for meditation. This is just an interactive experience for you to just get yours, right? So some people might get messages, but I like giving something to everyone, and I really appreciate you accepting the gift. So should I go right into messaging? Because I think that's what all of you really like.
That's a perfect idea. And you have the possibility to unmute people since you're a co-host. So you can do that, or you can have Irene and me help you out with this. So whichever would be easiest for you.
Well, I think, I mean, it is helpful when you say, and you can read the connections, because I'm still trying to channel. Right. So it's almost better that you understand the responses, so I can be particular and zone in on somebody. I also say very, very sincerely, especially when I work with smaller groups of like 8 or 10 people at a time, that what I've noticed a lot lately, now that I'm live with people, is that all the spirits are talking, that is for sure. But what's happening is that if I say a random name, and that name doesn't really fit the person that's or that I'm speaking to directly, please take that name, which means that you are getting a mini message, because that name is coming from somewhere. I don't play a guessing game and try and fish. So if you are listening and the message isn't more towards you, please accept all metaphors and messages. I just want to say a few things about my style. So my style is such that I like to talk about those that are on the other side, and they talk about those that are living. So those names, dates, initials, reference points that I use, validations, are extremely important for you to accept. So I say the cardinal rule in working with me, which might not sound very fair, is that no is never the answer. These are exercises that Spirit always wants you to say yes. They want you to say yes, but you do not have to fit a square peg into a round hole. If I'm saying something to you that's not making available sense in that moment, take a breath, please. And then if you're really not sure, say, I'm not sure now. I believe that you have recordings, so all of this will be recorded. So if you need more information, then I will, you can listen back to it and hear the message further. And my experience is that most people understand some more things later. So is that everything? I'm a happy medium, no bad news. And I love now that you can ask them questions and they will give you answers, which I crazy love. I like that. And if you hear a random name that is in your circle, that is not somebody on the other side, but it's in your neighborhood, coworkers, not somebody on your list that you wanted to get in contact with, please tell me who that name is too. I stay really open in all of my sessions for any spirit to come through. So they may be getting to you tonight so that you can deliver your own message. Did you get that?
Yes,
Right.
perfect. And people are just
Let's,
asking if there's, the recording will be available. Yes, it's on our YouTube. So definitely don't worry if you're missing anything. You'll be able to listen to it again later.
okay, super and great. So I actually have and this might be your name, so I don't know, or your birthday. So I have November, and I think it's actually it's from 11th to the 15th. I also have an L name that's relatable to that, and your name might be Lynn, or Lynn is the name of someone who's watching over your loved one, if that makes sense to you. Who would that be? Do we have that yet? So
Not-
is there a Lynn here who has a birthday, or Lynn or Linda?
Let's see. We have
My
someone
daughter is Lynn. Who said that?
that's Melissa is saying that her daughter is Lynn. So it's spelled Lin. And
Okay. Okay, can I talk to Melissa?
yes, definitely.
Sure.
Irene, can you maybe unmute Melissa?
I've asked her to unmute.
Okay, great.
Melissa, can you speak, please?
Yes, hello. My
Hi.
daughter is named Lynn. It's
Okay, Melissa,
Lin.
that's fine. And is that a
Yeah.
daughter that's on the other side?
Yes, it is.
I understand that. Yeah, that's pretty specific. What's relatable about November to you?
Well, it is her uncle's birthday on the 15th. And November was when she went through a severe breakup, which may have put her whole life into a whirlwind, which,
Right. You said whirlwind, I heard tailspin, and I'm not
yes,
sure. Okay,
it
so
should have
let's
said
go
tail.
further. So Melissa, is the uncle, it's your uncle's birth, is this your brother?
My brother, yes.
Yeah. Okay, and your brother is here, correct? Or on
Yes,
the other side?
he's here.
He's here, I understand. Okay. Do I also have an R initial here for a Rob? A Roger?
Yes. Oh, Rob is, yes, there is a Rob. Her father's name is Robert.
Lynn's father's name is Robert.
Yes.
Okay, I do understand this now. I'll have a moment. Thank you.
Thank you.
Did somebody have dyed hair? Did Lynn have dyed hair? Did she play
Oh,
with her hair?
yes, definitely. Yes.
She's
Oh, yes.
fun. Oh, she's
Oh,
fun.
she's a lot of
punky,
fun.
funky. Punky, funky?
Oh, she was a punk.
Okay, I love it. Okay, so what's happening here is that, okay, I've got you. Is that, well, there's all this sweetness coming from her, and she says that you know her to be different, but now you feel all her sweetness. I'm not sure what that means, because it almost, yes, I do. Thank you. She's coming at you, and it's really super sweet, because she's coming at you like as a young girl.
Yes.
And I think she's telling me that this is happening because that's how you want to remember her. And so she says, I understand that too, Mom, and that we need to go back to when there was a better time and less hassles. She says to you that you never hassled her, which means that she never felt pressure from you. She never felt judgment from you. And she says to you, that is why I love you. I could never have judgment now. She's devoid of it. She says that she is quite comfortable in that space of heavenly scent, simply because she says, like, I'm innocent, I'm innocent, I'm innocent. And she liked the innocence of being a child, and she wanted to
Yes.
have a lot of that back. And now she says, I do, Mom. She
Yeah.
said, I don't have to worry about my body anymore. And it sounds like she got rid of, or reduced, or sorry, not reduced, she rid herself of need. She doesn't have any needs anymore. Do you understand that?
I do understand that. And she had eating issues, so she
Oh.
needed to lose weight all the time, needed to lose weight, and she was perfect.
Right. So she doesn't eat anymore, right? And so
Right.
what's happening? Yes. And she's being really playful about it because she can be. And she says she's so grateful that you see her, here we go, in that light. And it's really quite beautiful. She's thanking your brother in him supporting you and just
Yes.
being a good, strong, dependable man, brother. I
Yeah.
also hear that she is connects to her dad too, and says that he isn't as accessible as you are because
Okay.
there's ways and means in which you've lofted or lifted some grief.
Yes.
And she says, Mom, he does need some help. Do you know
Yes,
that?
I do know that, and helping parents heal has helped me heal. And I would like him to have more healing, and I will let him know this. Thank you.
So, oh yeah, for sure. And you know what's really odd about this? I don't know if she's saying it or I'm saying, which is kind of funny. Just let him listen to the recording.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Daughter says, food for thought.
Yes, absolutely. And she got rid of that need to eat food where she had an eating disorder. And I
Crazy.
never judged her. I never judged
Yeah.
her.
You're a pretty amazing person. A lot
Thank
of love coming at you. Just one last
thank
thought.
you.
Thank you. Do you have a feather that's connected to something that is near your back patio or your back door?
Yes.
What is
Oh,
it?
yes. Well, it's hanging and
Is it a
it's
dream catcher? Like it looks like
yes,
a
it
dream
is.
catcher? Okay, good,
Yes,
good,
I've got goosebumps all over. Yes.
good, 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 good. So what she's saying about that is that there are a lot of dreams caught in there. And that is a place that you sit or look at or you think of her a lot. And she says that she sees you there. And that's why she's talking about it, because she just wants to provide the evidence of how connected she is to you.
Yes, thank you.
My pleasure.
Namaste. Thank you.
Namaste. Yep. Yep. You little yogi. I love it. That's great. She's light. She's beautiful energy. Yep. Really
Oh,
sweet.
thank you so much.
Yeah. Really
Thank,
sweet.
thank you.
Hmm.
Thank you. That was beautiful. Goodness gracious. And again, I just want to remind everyone here, if they would like to include the reading in our newsletter, please send it to me at elizabeth@helpingparentsheal.org, excuse me. And I'll put that in the chat box if anyone wants to, but thank you. Go ahead, Elaine.
Yeah, for sure. Sure. Thank you. Uh-huh. So, okay, I am in a new date. This is good. I like the dates because they're helpful to zone in. I have October 3rd, 10/3, or maybe it's 10/30. That would be a birthday anniversary or passing of someone. And then I have a C name or a K name. And when it comes like, does anybody understand that yet?
Let's see. Caroline is saying my son's passing, and Diana is saying my son's birthday. Let's see.
Oh, okay. I'll give you one more qualifier so we can understand who we're talking to. On the other side, there's an H relative, like a Henry, a Harry, a Harold. Where's the H on the other side relatable? Or is there one to those two people who just said that that was their son's passing or birth date?
Okay, so we have people that aren't necessarily on the 3rd or the 30th. should be the 3rd or the 30th.
Yeah.
Please
and-
also remember too, that this particular date doesn't necessarily mean that it's the loved one on the other side. Again, as validation, it might be your birthday. So, or someone in your family that they're saying hello to. So it's not just about that person, loved one on the other side. So, 10-3.
And you said C name, Elaine, because
C or K, and then I also just have to qualify this, if they've passed of, I'm hearing the word juvenile, cancer, like a blood disorder. Sorry,
So
is
Sarah
this
is
making
saying
sense?
her son's name starts with a C and that they buried him on the 30th. I'm wondering if she has any way of letting us know about a blood disorder though, because that sounds like it.
I know that's getting
Chris-
really more specific.
yeah, Christy said my son had a blood disorder, but she didn't say anything about October.
Right.
Okay, can I talk to her though?
Sure.
I understand that.
I've asked her to unmute. Hi, Christy.
Hi.
Hi, Christy.
Hi.
Hi, sweetheart. So you're the C name, we know that. Okay. Explain to me just for a moment about the blood disorder.
So he had VEDS, which is it's a blood clotting disorder. I don't really know
Okay,
how to explain
That's
it.
fine. You don't have to. We're fine, Christy. Can you tell me what 103 or 301, those numbers, is that relative to you?
So his funeral was the 4th, so not really at that part.
October 4th?
Yeah.
Oh, that's okay. Just thank you for saying that. Then also I want to understand who is one of 3 children, or was his age, you're one of 3 or he is one of 3?
He's one of 3.
I understand.
Yeah.
And his age of passing, Christy?
14.
Yep. Okay. Let me take a moment. Thank you. T's in the name and the family around you? T?
No, I don't.
Is there
not right
Thomas? Right? So we don't want to say no. We want to just, and if we don't understand it, that's fine. But
Yeah.
do you live, what's the T connection? Do you live in a street that's T, Teresa? Was he in a
I-
hospital with a T name? That's okay. I don't want to make you crazy.
No.
Okay, you don't know. Okay,
No.
so it's better to say I don't know, because you'll probably think about it, and understand it once we go. And so just take a few breaths with me, and I will bring him in even further. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. You have another son and daughter? Do you have a son and a daughter?
I have 2 daughters.
2 daughters.
Yeah.
Okay, so that T is relatable to a male name. I'm not going to go into it deeply. I just want you to know that that's fixed. So what he's saying to you is rather beautiful. And he says that he's apologizing to bring his, he's calling it a disorder, this disease, disorder, to the table, like to the conversation. He said you wouldn't have identified him any other way, because he was showing me the red cells, like as blood clots or something. I don't know. So he says we don't have to talk about that unless my mom wants to. And so I don't, do you?
No.
No. And he says that he never meant for all of this to happen. He knew that at a young age that he was not really in control of his destiny. And he says that you knew that too. So maybe this was something that was discovered early on, or you have, right. So he says to you, Mom, we've lived together all of these years, and it was an amazing, and he's calling it a voyage, and says that you provided everything all the time for me. And this is what it was for you and I. He says he thinks it's kind of funny how he can talk about life in a older person's kind of way. But he says that he's still learning a lot because he really wanted to be educated. He wanted to know things a lot. He had a lot of questions. He says that you always supplied great balloons for him. Do you understand what that means?
Yep.
Okay. And he says that you should keep that as a tradition for my sisters. So he says balloon celebrations are really big with you. And he says you make the environment, you make our home, you make our house really happy with all of that. So he says that you shouldn't keep the back door open. It sounds like you're getting pets in the back door. Is that true?
Yes.
Okay.
I just
So
had a
it's
skunk.
You did?
I did.
Okay. So she said she just had a skunk. I love it. So the only reason why they do that is because they're there and they see and they know, and how funny that is. So the thing is, he says you know, he's talking about the home that you made for him and the life that you lived with him. And he says that you have an open door because you're so giving. And so then this skunk comes, right? Like, who needed that? But it's really relatable to everything. And he says, Mom, you have me embedded with you for the rest of your life. And please hug everyone hello for me, because he says his anniversary is coming up. And so I'm not sure what anniversary that is, but you do know. And he says that he wants to be a part of all celebrations. He says to you, you need to wear pink.
Oh my goodness. He used to tell me that all the time.
Really?
Because I wear black all the time, obviously.
Well, I don't know. It's my only first time meeting you. So
I know.
I
I'm
don't.
just saying, because I have black on right now.
It's just wonderful. I'm so glad that you're accepting that message. It's so beautiful. Christy, just take a moment and take a breath and let me know if you have a question for him.
I mean, I think everybody wants to know this question. Is he around me all the time?
Yeah. So you can be a little bit more like a demanding mom, and you could say, show me your sign. Show me your sign.
Okay.
There's a G name. Is it Gina or George? Greg, where's the G?
Our last name.
G is
Gan.
So the only reason why that's coming up is because he can be with other GAM relatives. And so know that he is being well cared for by the GAMs.
Okay. Makes sense.
Okay. Yeah,
Yep.
absolutely. Absolutely. Keep the back door shut. I love it. I love it. That's great. Okay. Let's continue on further. Thank you. I think this is the best way of getting the messages out, by using these qualifiers, I'm calling it. Thank you.
That is so funny. Skunk.
Yeah,
great.
really funny.
Love it.
I do too. Thank you. Okay, so I'm actually looking, I'm in somebody's house, and I'm looking at a white stone fireplace, but it's not completely white. It has like beige and peppered stone, if that's such a word. So beyond that, there's the picture of the child that I believe is, I'm going to say a J name, a female J name, and was close to the age of 18. Do we know that? The J, so again, I'm in your home looking at a speckled fireplace. So it's like stone, but it's off-white. and Julie was 17. Rhonda, am I in your house, Rhonda?
She says she has white, a white. I'm not sure what the white is though.
Is it a fireplace?
Is it a fireplace, Rhonda? She's stopped writing. Come on, Rhonda. Let's see. That's funny. I don't know.
Okay. We lost Rhonda?
I think she,
Uh,
yes, white fireplace. she
okay.
said.
Okay.
Do you want me to ask
let
her
me,
to unmute? Sure.
thank you.
Hi, Rhonda.
Hi, how are you?
Hi, Rhonda. How are you?
Good, how are you? Thank
I'm
you.
really good. So your daughter Julie is on the other side and she passed at 17 years of age?
Yeah, Julia is her name, yep. And
Julia.
yes, she was 17.
Okay. Okay, can I say that I'm hearing that she looks very similar to you? Did she really look a lot like you?
She did, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I'm glad. Who's laughing? Dad?
My husband, yeah. He's
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. Hi, how are you?
Hey, Margaret.
sorry, we're in bed.
Hi, that's fine. And so she obviously looks like her mom. And so I just want to hear that. I love that. Let me just thank you. I understand. Was this sudden?
Yes.
Can you tell me about August being important? 8, is that birthday anniversary? For passing, August?
The end of July. Almost August, but the end of-
No, so I need to go further. And so what I'm saying is I want you to just do a quick review of those that are in your family with August birthday anniversary. Who is that?
my mother-in-law has a
Okay,
birthday in
so
August.
okay, so that's what I read from your husband. What's your husband's name?
Anurag.
Anurag?
Yeah.
Yes.
Anurag, and your mom is here?
She is.
Thank you. Okay. Okay. And is Julia your daughter too, Anurag?
She is.
Thank you. I love it. So I need the A or the E in the family. A or E. Is there an Anna or
That's me, Anurag. Hey, it's Indian, but it starts with an A.
oh, okay. I'm sorry. I don't know that. I spelled it all wrong. Okay, good. That's great. So what she's doing is she's doing a roll call, Julia, and she's making sure that you're here, and that she's got you both. She says that it's oh wow. So she just this is her words. I need to stick with it. And she says to you, she wants you to know that there is a deep, sincere missing. She knows that you experience it, and she does too, but she wants you to understand that she feels as though her soul consciousness is living a wonderful life. She says that not to make you feel any different, because she really doesn't have that power to say that's a wonderful life comparative to the life that she lived with all of you. She says that we should just all know that it's a wonderful life, because this is still a part of it. She says that it's okay, Dad. Did you get a tattoo of her at all? Did you have something tattooed?
Yes, I did.
Thank you. She says that this is a great memory, but she says, I'm with you just like the tattoo. The constant and consistent memory is alive in all of us. And she says that there's a yearning to be with her parents because it feels safe and secure, but she also wants to deliver the message that she feels like she is safe and secure. And she and she needs you to know that she's experiencing that. Is there a younger child? Do you have a younger child?
No,
Older.
older.
Oh,
I have another daughter.
okay, thank you. Okay. Thank you. So she says to her sister that there is something blue that was in Julia's room that she wants to put in her sister's room. And I don't know if it's a pillow or if it's a memory.
Okay, it's on her bed.
Yeah. What is it?
It's a stuffed Stitch from I forgot the name of the movie.
Lilo and Stitch.
Lilo and Stitch.
It's a
this-
Disney movie.
It's a Stitch doll, like a Stitch stuffed animal.
Right.
It's on her bed.
Great. So the reason why she says all that is because she can see it, and she's with you so much more than you think. She says that a way to call her in more is to play the music that she liked,
Okay.
and says thank you for honoring her with that, because it's important to her. And the radio, not the radio, the music is at a frequency, and she says that she really resonates to music still. Thank
Okay,
you
she
so,
did.
so much. Yeah. Yeah,
Thank
she
you
did.
so much.
Thank you so much. Very good. So it goes really quickly, Elizabeth. Should we have questions, or what do you prefer?
Elizabeth, you're
So
muted. You're muted.
That's weird. I think it would be wonderful to have questions. One question that was asked at the beginning of these readings
okay.
is that a mother was afraid, her name is Maria, she's afraid that her child is stuck. I just want you to reassure her, because I already did through the chat box, but could you talk about that and just let everyone know that all of our kids are in the same place, they're happy, healthy, and home, and that they are all together. All of our kids are together. So maybe you can just kind of respond to that. That would be wonderful.
Yes, thank you so much. I think that there's a lot of misnomers and definitions of what happens to spirits from, I'm not sure where the material comes from, and hopefully it's not a Hollywood movie. I can easily say to you, with offering over 13,000 messages over the years, that I have never met a spirit that is stuck, ever. Because I have the reality that nobody is stuck. So sometimes people take on that belief because they themselves feel stuck. So I would say the more that particular person has the ability to open up and confidently know that the energy of their loved one is coming their way, then it changes the energy, because stuck provides separation as an illusion and as a boundary, and there is no stuck. And what's evident in some of the readings tonight, I mean, they're flying around, they're everywhere where you are, and they're in your house, they're, they get free travel, they go wherever they want, and wherever they need to be. And so if they need to be here now, just because you didn't get a reading does not mean that they aren't here, right? So I would love to explore, if I was on the opposite side of this, to explore, say, like, well, where are you? And show me a sign. In the next 3 days, show me a sign. And you'll see it, and it's playful. So we don't want to put on extra boundaries or borders to their existence, because then it blocks our own awareness. So I invite that particular person in to the freedom of awareness, to increase their bandwidth of consciousness, to say, I know you're here.
That's beautiful. And I mean, I agree with you 100%. Gertie is asking something, and I think it's fascinating because every single time that we have all of these meetings, I have ringing in my ears from the start to the end. But she's saying, is ringing in my ear downloading? I've heard it before, but I forgot what it meant, if anything. Could you maybe talk about ringing in our ears?
Yes.
About that?
Thank you so much. It's a great question. What it is that it's your particular unique response to the signal, the frequency, the channel that you're tuning into. So you know that you're there when you get the ringing in your ear. If you didn't experience anything, you would be like, please let me experience something. So this is what you got. Now, you have the ability and the power to change the ringing to singing or to something. So that's important to know, that you have greater control of that. So even if you get the ring as if it's the alarm that you're connected, you know how like your power lights go on when you connect to your computer, and to say, please keep my channels open so that I can hear my lover's voice, my loved one's voice, or I can hear a sign. It is also saying that there's so many sensations that we can receive from our loved ones: hear it, see it, feel it, know it, sense it. And so, this is Claire Essence? Audience, right, of course. So that's what her specialty is. So the good news is that she's got something. You can trade it in.
That's wonderful. And I agree. Nancy is saying last night and early this morning, there were a dozen deer grazing in my backyard. Was that a sign I need to know about? Felt a tremendous amount of energy 3 times this morning as well.
I love that. So that story alone gives me the chills, which means that my hair is sticking up to that person that asked the question. Maybe hers is also. And if we aren't in the physical contact with each other, it's the closest thing that can happen from her to me. And so we give each other the chills and the truth bumps. So moving backwards to what the symbolism or the love language is that these are your loved ones showing you signs of connection, especially with deers, because deers are our families. They travel in families. So there's symbolic references with all animal totems. And we know that. And so it's nature also. And we also know that our loved ones are in nature, and so are we. And so when we get to those places, whether we become quiet because of meditation, or we get outside, or we look outside, we see signs.
That's wonderful. I have people talking about seeing hawks when they're outside. I also see people saying that they've just loved this evening. It's been absolutely wonderful. And I don't want to not leave time for you to maybe close, but I did want to just, I also have Gertie saying that she gets both sides, but not at the same time ever, which is interesting. So one of the moms is saying, Carrie is saying that she has ringing in one ear for one daughter and the other ear for her other daughter, which is pretty amazing that she's able to understand that and recognize. But everyone is telling you, thank you. I leave you because we're almost at the hour. Just a few minutes to give us some knowledge and more information about how to connect ourselves with our kids. And also let us know if you're going to be doing any sessions or any teaching online anytime soon, so that we can maybe put that on the YouTube video so that people will know about it. But everyone's saying thank you in the chat box.
Well, that's great. I thank you very, very much. I believe that it takes a lot of courage and openness to be here listening to someone who connects to your loved ones. And the beauty is that I highly encourage you to have these connections also. They are your loved ones. So I want to just thank all of you for participating tonight. It is meaningful to me to know that more people are connecting. they want us to, right? So not only are we doing it for ourselves, we're doing it for them, and then paying it forward some way because you're lighter and you're brighter from the meditation or from the connections that you hear from other people. Just two other connections that I'd like to make is that I am working on a retreat that may happen in 2022, and it is a yoga and mindful retreat. So any kind of project or event that I have, you can find on my website, which is my name, ALAINEPORTNER.com. And two of those opportunities, if you're interested, is I do teach once a month online. And this month it's February 21st. I believe that's President's Weekend on Monday night. It's a 1-hour class where we learn to develop our own intuition and to hear better. And then the other option would be a group session. If you're interested, we do have one. I believe it is April. No, it is, yeah, I think it's April 5th. So you can find out all that information online, but I'm just so happy I connected to you this way. So be well, stay light, and be love.
Thank you so much. This was
Thank you.
wonderful. And the connections were so fun to listen to.
Yeah.
They were great.
If anybody's interested, please send me a write-up about your connection to Elizabeth@helpingparentsheal.org with a picture of your child, and I'd love to include it next time. We always ask everyone to unmute themselves and to say thank you and goodbye.
Thank you, Elaine. That was wonderful.
Thank you, Elaine.
Oh, my
Thank
dear.
you.
It was a great
Thank
day.
you, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks so much.
Everyone.
Well, you're all giving me the
Night.
chills.